Okay, welcome back everybody. So today I'm working in my raised beds, and in this raised bed I have kale. I have dinosaur kale here, and I have oh, I can't remember this name of this kale. Oh yeah, this is Siberian kale. So anyway, my kale in this raised bed is kind of stopped producing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pull it all up, and I'll feed this to my rabbit. And then after I get it all pulled up, I'm gonna put a bag of leaves on here, and I'll put a layer of topsoil on this. So over the winter time, the fall and winter, the leaves will compost down and fertilize this little raised bed here. So all I'm just doing is just pulling them out of the ground. They're gonna come straight out of there real easy. Like I said, I'm just throwing them in the basket here. That way I can feed these to my rabbit. Got a pretty good little ant nest here. All right, I think that's pretty much all of it. So now I do have some green beans planted here too, but they're all on the back side, so it's not gonna hurt a thing. So what I'm gonna do is just get a bag of leaves here, and I'm just gonna rip it open. And the paper can stay in there, or the bag part of it. That'll also compost down. Not gonna hurt a thing. And before I put my topsoil on here, I'm gonna water it in real good. That way it kind of helps compact it down. That way it gives me room to put my topsoil on it. Just like that. And like I said, I'll water this in, and I'm gonna put a layer of topsoil on it. And these leaves will compost and fertilize the soil right there. So, see y'all next time. Yeah, like I said, so all I'm doing is just watering them in real good, get them good soaking wet. They'll pack down, and that'll help break them down faster too. Yeah, the leaves, they'll also help. They'll make a good fertilizer for the green beans that I have planted in the back now. They just help, all the way around, fertilize the dirt, make everything else fertile. Plus, leaves will hold water and moisture, so that'll help the plants that's in it too. So that way I don't have to water every single day. I want to try to step these down a little bit. See if that'll, actually, I'll see if I can press it down. I think that should be good enough. Another little small raised bed here. and it's basically the same way. Everything's starting to die out on me. This one I had radishes planted in it, and I had some broccoli, what's left over, had some broccoli left in it, and cucumbers and green beans. So I'm gonna pull everything out of this one except for the green beans. And first thing I noticed, I got a cucumber that's like half eaten, and I want to think slugs might have done this. So that's gonna go to the chickens. They'll like that. So I'm gonna pull up all the radishes. There's some radishes. You can tell they didn't really produce much of anything. So they're going up. They're going to the chickens and rabbits. So anyway, I figured while I was out here, I might as well go ahead and get all this grass up and get the bed prepared for what I want to plant in here next. Or try to at least get as much grass as I could anyway. No, I ain't gonna get it all, but. Pull up these broccoli plants that's left. Chickens will love those. And I got another cucumber back here that's gonna go to chicken food. Something been eating on it yet. It's not growing very well, so. All right. I'm gonna leave this cucumber here. It's still blooming okay, I think. Got my green beans here. They're still producing. So that's it for this one. I got one more down here. It's got kale in it. I'm gonna get the kale out of it. That one has dinosaur, or was dinosaur kale. So that's it for this one, I think, for now. I'll come back later and do the final touches on it and put some leaves on it and go from there. Dirt, that's right, gotta put some dirt on there. Yeah, I got some pretty good sized birdhouse gourds I hadn't showed y'all in a while. I think this one is pretty much ready to harvest. The stem is starting to turn brown. I think I will go ahead and harvest this one while I'm at it. It's gonna be a nice birdhouse right there. Anyway, you let these things dry. It takes them quite a while to dry out, but after they dry out, you can hear the seeds rattling in there. And anyway, you just cut a hole in it, dump the seeds out, and then you got you a birdhouse. This one probably weighs a couple pounds anyway. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty neat. First time I ever grown, whichever, birdhouse gourds, and it's pretty neat. I've got several of them coming on. There's one there. Got a couple of them here. That's a good size one too. There's one there. They're all over the place in here. But yeah, I've got several of them that's gonna be getting ready pretty soon, and I can't wait to try my hand at making birdhouses out of them. So, I'm gonna get started on this other bed here real quick. Same way, just gonna pull them straight up out of there. They're real easy. Now this one I'm gonna have to be careful because I got a strawberry plant here in the middle. Don't want to pull my strawberry up. Whenever I first put these raised beds in here, I knew I wanted to plant these pole beans or green beans or whatever they are. And I was like, what can I use for a trellis? Because You know, I got my fence there, but I didn't really want them on the fence and all that. Didn't really think they'd grow on that type of privacy fence. So I put bamboo sticks in here, and as the pole beans grew up, I was able to weave them through the bamboo, and it made a perfect trellis for these beans and birdhouse gourds and all that. So I'm glad I did that. I'm really proud of how that turned out. So I have loffas in here too, or luffa. But anyway, they put off these bright yellow flowers, and they get really big. And finally, I've been growing these for, let's see, I planted them in April, so April, May, June, July, August, about 5 months now, and they are just now starting to produce. And anyway, where there's a flower, that's where a vegetable is going to be at. And I've got several flowers down through here, so I'm going to have quite a few vegetables. And this is my first year on growing these also, so I'm learning on these. I really don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm learning as I go. I'm not real sure, but I heard that loffas are in the cucumber family, and that they're edible. But I'm not real sure about that. I'm gonna try it out and see. If anybody has tried it and grew these, can give me some tips and pointers, or tell me what they taste like, whatever, please leave it in the comment section. Yeah, I was told that you're supposed to eat them when they're like, you know, young. You're not supposed to let them get really big. They get bitter or too hard to eat or something like that. They come like the sponge type things, like you buy the luffa deals that you buy at Walmart or whatever. But you're supposed to eat them when they're young, but if you let them grow up, you get the little washable sponge things. So, like I said, it's my first year. I'm learning. I don't really know exactly what I'm talking about. But any helps tips and helps be greatly appreciated. So anyway, I'm gonna get a bag of leaves and put it on top of here. I'm gonna do it the same way. Water it in really good, and then I'll put a bag or some topsoil on top of the leaves to help fertilize and compost. And be careful with my strawberry here so I don't kill it. I know the last one I left the bag, put it down first, and then put the leaves over top of the bag. But since I have this strawberry right here in the middle, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I'm just gonna dump the leaves out, and then, you know, make sure they're not on the strawberry, just kind of around it. And I'll burn the bag. And also, I don't know if you know this or not, but you can use your leaves to winterize your strawberries. You can just put the leaves around the strawberry plants, just not completely covering them up. So that'll help winterize your strawberries and won't let them die during the winter time. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I didn't completely cover my strawberries up. As you see, I left the tops of it out. That way I'm not completely covering it up. I don't want to kill it. So I'm gonna water these in real quick. Like I said, I'm just watering the leaves in. That way they'll compact down and they'll hold moisture and compost a lot faster. All right, I think that's pretty good. So I decided, instead of burning that bag, I was gonna put it on that small raised bed there and let it compost there. So I'm gonna turn this water off and I'll do that real quick. right. Pretty good. All right, I'm gonna get a bag of leaves and put on top of this so it'll hold this bag down so the wind doesn't blow it off of here. And it'll compost down with the leaves. So I'll be right back. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I got this bag, so I'm gonna dump the leaves out of this bag onto that bag and use this bag to go around my moringa plants. Pretty good shape there. So anyway, what I'm doing is I'm basically just doing a weed control barrier like deal. I'll be right back with some leaves and a little bit more bag. Right, that was pretty dang good. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but watering them in will also help the wind from blowing them all over the place. It'll keep the leaves on your beds where you want them at. Missed me. What you get? Right now, it's tempting to. You know, my luffa plant's starting to vine off over here. I need to retrain them, give them away from my raspberries. Welcome back, everybody. So I told y'all about my loafers. I know they're called loafers. I like calling them loafers just because I like saying it. But anyway, this is the big patch that I planted back in April, and you can see how far the vines are going and stuff like that. They're probably 20 foot longer, but they just started producing after 5 months, and this is what they look like. This one came on about 2 weeks ago. But as I was noticing, there is several of them out here. Here's a smaller one. That's what they look like. That one's probably about 3 or 4 days old. But this is what they look like when they're brand new. They're itty bitty, little bitty old things. So like I said, everywhere there's a flower, that's where a vegetable is going to be at. So I'm super excited. I want to try it. I don't really know what to do, if it's, you know, if it's, that one is harvestable right now or not, if I need to leave it on a little longer. But there's another good size one there. This little patch is just filled with luffa. So, like I said, any little hints or help or tips that you can give me, please let me know. It'd be greatly appreciated. So, I'm excited to see what happens. Bye, y'all.